If you see this ass of a human around, and especially his huge German shepherd, keep away. The Rasta wannabe, medallion around his neck and all, and a spliff to protect his ego, let his huge dog shit half a meter outside my van, even closer to me, as I was preparing breakfast. "Oh, I'm sorry, dude," standing there with a smile instead of a plastic bag to pick it up. After a lot of arguing, me that he has to control his dog just a bit, him that he had said sorry and that was that, I consequently took a piece of it and gave it back. Strangely, he didn't fancy having his dog's shit on his doorstep. Hilarious face coming back to me asking, "What the fuck?" "Yeah, Mr. Rasta dude." Hashtag fake Rasta, hashtag nitwit, hashtag moron, hashtag pest, hashtag poop, hashtag shit. That's one of the reasons why vans are not allowed to stay close to the shoreline anymore. In lots of places where once you could park and enjoy the ocean views and spend the night have physical barriers now because of these special people. Portugal is a fantastic place with a vast coastline. There are still many untouched locations to score alone or with great people. But the increase in dog adopters who believe that dogs are humans and let them terrorize everyone saying he's only protecting the van as it barks like mad at everyone around, that should be controlled somehow. Sooner or later, there will be confrontations and dogs attacking people. No, all and everyone are not able to have a dog. That's this said, and also pointing out that there are many good dog owners and fantastic dogs. Alright, so, oh shit, I just had to plug in my battery. So, alright, here we go. So we're in the south of Portugal. Me, Angela, and Neo, and we're arriving at this beautiful spot. There you see our Swedish author, whose Instagram post we read a moment ago. And so yeah, we park. That's lovely. We decide, no, let's park on the other. So let me explain. So basically, not the same place. We arrive in this lovely place one night, and there's already 3 vehicles there. Next to us is this big, amazing 4x4, a real RV thing, an adventure vehicle. And then you have this like painter's workers van over here on the left. And so anyway, so that night there was a guy with dreadlocks walking around with 2 dogs, walking around this area. And so I thought that he was in that workers painter's vehicle. Okay. So the next morning, Neo's walking around, and I see that he's going over to that painter's vehicle, that like worker's van. And so now I have to be careful because there are 2 dogs there. I don't know whether they're male or female, don't know how Neo will react. And so so I'm rounding the corner. Don't want to get anybody excited. Don't want to get anybody freaking out. Don't want to yell out Neo. Don't want to get Neo excited. I round the corner, and I see that Neo's just kind of sniffing the side of the vehicle, but the door's open, and I come around the corner and I see, oh, okay, there's a man standing there. Not at all the man with dreads from yesterday that I saw walking around this area with the 2 dogs. Very tall man, and Neo's like right next to him. Okay, well, everybody needs to stay calm. And so Neo has started to poop, I realize. And he's right next to this guy who's staying next to his vehicle. And so I look at the guy, he looks at Neo, he looks at me, we make eye contact, and he says, "That's not nice, dude." And I go, "Yeah, I'm sorry, man." And I'm sure that I was smiling. Because, what did he say? I had a big smile on my face. I'm sure I was, because I thought, oh, my dog's pooping. I'm going to apologize. I'm making a new friend here. Everything's going to stay cool. As soon as he's done pooping, I'm going to take him back to the vehicle, and then I'm going to come back with a bag and chat with my new friend. And yeah, it's just like, I'm sorry. Gosh, what a shitty situation. And he keeps going, "That's not nice, dude. That's not nice, dude. That's not nice. Really not nice." And I'm going, huh? So I'm confused. And he says, I apologized, but I'm really confused as to why he's telling me off so much. And he said, "You need to learn how to control your dog. You need to learn how to control your dog. You shouldn't have a dog if you can't control it." And I said, "Do you have a dog?" And he said, "Have you seen Portugal? There are dogs everywhere." I said, "Huh? But do you have a dog?" He said, "Are you stupid? Do you see a dog?" Okay, but it's just because, like, what did you want me to do? Well, you could have said something. You could have grabbed him by the neck and pulled him over away. I'm here making breakfast, man. Really not nice. I'm here making breakfast, and you just let him shit right there, and you're just standing there. And I said, I said I'm sorry. And, but sorry isn't gonna pick up the poop. By the way, I don't know how well I'm remembering this conversation. So part of the conversation was recorded. The second half of the conversation. I'm trying to get you caught up on what I remember of the first half, but I haven't even watched the second half. So I might be talking about some things from the second half, and excuse me. And so I wanted to explain to him that I can't just like drag him. I could, but then he's just going to poop in multiple places now. Anyway, right, so I really wanted to find out, do you have a dog? Because do I need to explain to you how a pooping dog functions? And so I was like, yeah, but do you have a dog? And he goes, wow, you Americans, you just think you know everything. You just think you understand everything, huh? You need to control your dog. I'm here making breakfast, blah, blah. So I say, yeah, but I'm waiting for him to finish, and then I was going to pick it up. And he said, but you're just standing there. We're just talking or something like that. And I said, I'm not going to pick it up now. And so Neo's finished pooping now. Neo's just sniffing around, hanging out. And so I said, enjoy your breakfast, pal. So we go back to Angela, and I'm telling Angela what happened. So here we are. This is before the whole thing. And so what you're going to see happen is, wait, let's just wait. Oh no, now this is Angela looking. She's wondering what's going on. She brought Neo in. Oh shoot, we missed it. Pay attention, might happen quickly now. Andrew's looking at the situation. Okay, he just went by. So we're looking at the top up here, this one. So after that conversation, oh fuck, whatever, I'll just do it in my
you didn't do anything about it.
Okay.
You threw this poop.
So he comes over to my vehicle, and I'm telling Angela the story, and I say, oh, there he is. He's coming. And he has a turd in a napkin just like this here. And he says, and Angela's there at as you see her, she's at the sink. I'm leaning into the doorway. And he asks us, you like poop? You like poop? You think that poop is okay? You don't mind poop? Well, here. And he chucks it into the vehicle in that sort of opening, that first step in the vehicle. So it's not on the hardwood floors. It's on this little interim step, but very much still inside the vehicle. And so I go, so I'm planning to throw it into his vehicle. But I see that he's filming me, so let's take a look at what happens. Okay, so back from some technical difficulties. All right, so let's do this. So here we go. So I go back over them. I want to throw the poop in. I see that he's recording me, and so I say to his camera, I say, so you just threw this into my vehicle? And he goes, yeah. And so I was thinking, well, I should ask him to send me this video, but I don't know that he would. So I should also record. So I pull out my phone and I start recording. So here he is, he's recording the poop. So the poop was, well, you can't see it here because it was out of frame. It was in the grass area. All right, here we go.
My van, and you didn't do anything about it.
You threw this poop into my vehicle.
Yeah.
You admit that?
Yeah, I admit it.
You admit it?
Yeah.
Because I saw my dog came and pooped.
You didn't do anything. You
And I said, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, but you didn't do anything. You said, like, yeah, and he was just when I was making my breakfast.
Yeah, I had to wait for him to finish pooping so that I could pick it up, right?
Yeah, but you didn't do anything. You said sorry.
Yeah, I said sorry. And no, I didn't think it was okay.
You didn't rush in anything, you know?
Huh?
You didn't rush in anything.
No, what do you want me to rush to do? I have to wait for him to poop so I can pick it up.
Oh, you should push him away before he poops off it.
What, run over there and push him?
Yeah. Otherwise, you shouldn't have a dog.
Okay.
It doesn't help if you have the biggest spliff in your mouth, dude. It doesn't help.
What are you talking about? I have to... What are you
talking about? What are you talking about? Man, you're absolutely hilarious. But man, it doesn't help. And this filming, we film each other.
So, after this interaction, before he put the poop in the vehicle, I needed to smoke a little. It's so crazy that he thinks that that's like an attempt to do something. He also even mentioned that in his comment to protect his ego, big spliff in his mouth to protect his ego. It's like, why is his brain doing so much work in this, so much bad work in this interpretation of my... And did you catch this? So to be very clear, he started filming first. Otherwise, he would have a turd now in his vehicle. And because that's the natural human instinct, we keep wanting to do worse than the other person. So I wouldn't have thrown it on his doorstep. I would have thrown it into his vehicle. So my dog pooped about he said a half a meter, but you see where the grass is. It's probably over a meter away. But it does smell, and it is unpleasant. So then that meant that for his voices to feel satisfied, needed to throw it into the vehicle, which means that I would have thrown it onto his driver's seat. Humans are ridiculous. And what's great here is how he says, this filming as though, like he was gonna make a comment about how silly it is that I'm like filming him. But luckily he did correct himself and go, we're filming each other. He didn't go as far as to note that he was the one who started filming, but...
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Man, you're absolutely hilarious. But man, it doesn't help. And this filming, we film each other. What do you think you're gonna get to?
Wait, you're the one who started the film?
No, yeah, you want to have the camera also at the same time.
I
Go back where you fucking pooped. You didn't take this up. You haven't done anything. I'm here. I've been standing here for so long, and you just come here and you think you own the place. Well, what is with you? You know? You come here like, oh, I'm hippie. I have a big medallion on my chest. I'm free, man. What's with you? You have to take care. You have to be responsible for everything is with you. Your dog and everything.
I agree.
Yeah. You can't let your dog just shit around, especially not at the door at someone's car. That's a fucking. Yeah.
He just.
So the people in the 4x4, they what do we call it in English? Yeah, 4x4. Yeah, no. In French it's 4-4. Anyway, this woman, she was annoyed with our arguing, of course. I was also thinking. By the way, you can tell from what I'm saying is that I'm thinking, wait, maybe there's still a chance that we can salvage this. You know, we can be on the same page still. That, yeah, it does suck to have a dog poop right next to your vehicle while you're having breakfast. But he's just the medallion, the spliff. What is his issue? So anyway, so this German woman, she opens her window. She's like, come on, we're on vacation. Why are you guys arguing?
I know.
The sun is shining and everything is fine.
Hey, but he just threw this poop into my car. He just threw it in.
Yeah, he just let his dog shit.
Because my dog.
I don't know whether you can hear this, but so I'm saying to her, he just threw this poop into my vehicle. And he's saying, yeah, he let his dog shit.
My dog pooped next to his vehicle. Wait, can I explain?
So I'm talking to the woman. I'm like, hey, since you're involved now. And of course we involved her by being loud. So she wasn't actually the one who involved herself. But, and you know, she's just trying to, in fact, stay out of it and get us to stop doing it so she doesn't have to be bothered by it. But I'm like, can I explain? Because I don't understand what's happening.
No, it's not necessary.
I know it's not necessary for you, but it's good for me to help me.
So she says, I'm not interested in really hearing the story. And I'm like, yeah, but I really want to tell you.
Don't fight. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, it will be fine, but like, I just gave it the shit back.
Yeah.
So she says, I don't know why you can hear it, but she says, look, don't fight. Everything's going to be fine. And he says, yeah, we'll be fine. I give him the shit back. He's so proud.
That's the only thing.
Okay.
You know, if you let your dog shit, you're gonna have the shit back. It's easy.
Mais il était resté chez lui, il n'y avait pas de crotte dans son.
Ben.
Et il est ramassé le caca maintenant?
Hein?
Il est ramassé le caca?
Je sais pas, il a ramassé un tout petit. Enfin, il a ramassé un peu pour nous donner un peu, mais.
Mais va lui demander si tout est ramassé maintenant.
Ben.
So Angela's saying now, hey, so has all the poop been picked up? And I was like, well, he picked up some of it. And she's like, well, you should go make sure that all the poop's been picked up. No. I'm American. All this belongs to me. I'm in charge of everything. I have a medallion and a spliff to prove it. I'm not going and picking up poop out of the grass from not because it bothers this guy.
C'est pas comme si on va ramasser le caca. Et on est dans la nature, là.
Non.
Ben non.
So wow. All right, so what do I think happened here? It's pretty classic case of just malenting and majing, which are words that will be presented when I do the vocabulary thing. So let me go back to here we go. Let's put this up. There we go. So what I think happened here is that, so as you know, as I already explained, I arrive and I see, Neo's pooping. Okay, there's no dogs. There's this guy. Oh gosh, Neo's poop smelled terrible. He's pooping right next to this guy. That's what I'm thinking. We make eye contact. I apologize. And I'm sure I did probably have some sort of a smile. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That sucks. I was trying to be sympathetic. Now, in his mind, he's choked. He's chopé. He's choked by the. First of all, he doesn't like dogs. That's very, very clear that he does. He doesn't like that Portugal's full of dogs. He doesn't like this huge German Shepherd. He doesn't like that every time he walks past a camper that has a dog in it, the dog barks. And one day, he says, one day, he says it in the other one. He says, one day, sooner or later, there will be confrontations and dogs attacking people, right? Sooner or later. So he thinks that dogs ruin everything, basically. So now he's making breakfast. He has a lovely view. And his big dog, the worst thing in the world, is coming and taking a shit while he's making breakfast. So, of course, he's chopé, right? And he's not going to tell the dog off, is he? He sees the owner. I don't know how much race played into it. I don't know. He's Swedish. His country sort of only experience with race is either all the people that you know are white, except for the people that you see in the street are black. But then again, if he's living the van life, I'm hoping he's not too racist, or not too okay with his racism. So I have no idea. I have no idea what voices are active when he sees a colored face. Like most sort of left-wing people, it could be that he has some sympathetic voices that are active and also some distrusting voices that are activated. That's how you can be left-wing and still sort of do and say racist things, or and then you justify it some other way. So maybe he sees me and he does not like the look of me, especially him being a van person. He's encountered people that maybe look like me but aren't philosophers, that just don't care, that are just littering everywhere. Speaking of which, Angela and I have started a thing where every place that we stay, we clean up. To this place is the third location we've done it. We fill a trash bag with our garbage picker-upper, and we fill it up. But he doesn't think that I'm one of those people. And so he sees me over here, and my smile also just set him off. Because rather than seeing my smile as a friendly, sympathetic smile, because he was so upset, and because he didn't like the look of me, well, of course, his brain was like, oh, look, and the enemy is smiling. So all that makes perfect sense. So we're not upset with him for having interpreted things the way that he did. It's unfortunate. It's totally natural, but it is unfortunate. But because we can understand it, we're not like mad about it. We do think that he was in the wrong to be telling us off for the situation. There was something I had forgotten that came to me that I wanted to share with you guys. I said the American thing. Oh yeah. So at one point he says to me, next time you might have a problem with a bigger guy than me. And right up until this point, I was still somewhat trying to be on the same page. And then I tried again while we were recording, but now he's talking about he might have a problem with me, a real problem. Is this a threat? So now, okay, you want to be enemies? Okay. So I said, so he said that I might have a problem with a bigger guy than him next time. I said, so I have a problem with you? He said, what, you don't understand English? Do you not understand English? And I said, yeah, I do, but, so do I have a problem with you? Because I would love to have a problem with you. And anyway, I don't know whether he directly denied that we had a problem, but he said, I'm saying you would have a problem with a bigger person. And then it was shortly after that I returned to my vehicle, and then he brought the poop. So I think that actually we did have a problem. I did have a problem with him, not just with this fictional bigger guy, or this hypothetical bigger guy. So so we totally get that voice activity. The problem, although it's all natural and stuff like that, the problem was that, you know, just because he was upset, he was way too quick to be upset with me and to misinterpret everything that I was doing. The fact that I was American, the fact that I had a spliff in my mouth, the fact that I had a medallion around my neck, the fact that I was also filming him, the fact that the dog was big, the fact that I was smiling, the fact that I guess that I have an afro because there's this Rasta wannabe thing that set him off. The fact that I told him, that I reminded him that I had apologized, and that was not to say that was that. That was just to say, hey, you and I are on the same page. This sucks, and I understand that. You know, and you know, we're not enemies here. But he didn't take it that way, and he didn't take any of these things the way that he could have taken them. He could have just the spliff was just because I wanted to calm down. The medallion is just because, well, someone gave it to me, and actually in the language that I created, this means able, error. I am able to make errors. I have errors. Well, in French, I am wrong. I have wrongness. I know errors. I have wrongness. Perfect. I love this. This is my whole philosophy. But he didn't see it that way. The spliff was more to protect him, so that I can calm myself down a bit. But he didn't see it that way. So that's what the problem is, that he was so ready, so quick. And it's totally natural. You get angry. We have voices that say, send your anger this way. That's the problem. And we're not particularly reasonable and good at reflecting that. I don't think he's probably an awful or crazy person. I think it was just the confluence of all these triggers didn't give him a chance to give me a chance. It was just all too much for him. Doesn't mean that we forgive him. It sucks that his brain couldn't handle that confluence of things and him still be able to sort of give the benefit of the doubt or take a moment or say something sensical. So we don't forgive him, but we do understand. And we forgive him morally, I guess, or we forgive his actions, but we just do not approve of that brain function. And that's it. That's my story. And all of this is huge because how bloody cool. How cool. Not to mention, because I don't like to correct people's spelling when I disagree with them, because that seems cheap to me. But I'm reminded of but it is sort of a play on words that he said he spelled it peace. He gave me a piece of poop. And how fucking cool. This is so awesome. Angela wasn't happy yesterday. So we found this because we were looking at photos of the sunset, and then Angela came across the video of my interaction with this Alex guy, and she saw that his name was on his vehicle. So while I'm going and getting us drinks, she's looking at the photos of the sunset, sees his name on the vehicle, looks him up on Instagram, finds him on Instagram, and sees that he fucking posted about me. And so I arrive, and she goes, I found his Instagram. And I go, oh, okay. He posted about you. Wait, what? Let me see. I think this is the first time I've ever known that my face was posted as part of a cancellation movement. And I feel fine. And that's the best part. Is that, you know, 3 years ago I would have been so confused. What did I do? I'm so confused. I didn't want, wait, so I was smiling because I enjoyed, so I was like taking pleasure in, but no, I know that he just misunderstood. And so you know, a few years ago, that would have driven me crazy. Like, oh no, he thinks this. People are gonna think this. Someone said, oh, these special people, but she doesn't know my story. She doesn't know what would actually happen. I was gonna make a video about this whole thing anyway, to be honest with you. But then when I was gonna do it, we got distracted and stuff. It didn't happen. And so that's awesome because now I'm not the first. Oh, but wow. Because, you know, I've been afraid of if I actually get a large following on YouTube, I'm going to get a lot of hate. My face doesn't send, or you don't interpret my face correctly. This smile thing has happened to me before. Someone's dog was like attacking my dog, but they were both like the same size. My dog I knew wasn't gonna really bite the other dog, even if he was gonna like get on top of him and stuff. And I thought the other dog was kind of biting Neo. So anyway, they separate, and I'm smiling at the other dog owner because to let him know, hey, it's okay that your dog kind of just attacked mine. No worries. But you know, I'm here to receive your acknowledgement and your little apology. He didn't. He was just looking at me angrily. And then he and the person that he's with say to each other, it looked like he really enjoyed that. Oh, I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy seeing my dog bitten. I didn't enjoy being concerned that my dog was gonna tear your dog in half. I didn't enjoy that. I'm just letting you know that now everything's okay because none of that happened. I mean, or, you know, even if my dog was bitten, hopefully he'll learn his lesson. So it's happened before, and it's going to happen again. Bedtime.
See you later. Thank you very much.
So it's going to happen again. And also there are things that I say that are going to upset people's voices, that are going to trigger people's interpretations. People are not going to like some things. And that's because what sings in the brain isn't necessarily reasonable, and what shapes the brain isn't necessarily unreasonable. And what sings in the brain may often be untrue and immoral, and what shapes the brain can often be true and moral. And so, and I've been tested here, and I know that in my heart, I understand that. Of course, maybe I did something terribly wrong here, but it isn't because this guy says it that I'm convinced. And I know that I have people in my life that I can trust to evaluate the situation and sort of tell me what they think. So yeah, let me know if you think I was wrong. Okay, but you know, explain it clearly. If you're gonna say that there's a problem with my medallion, or my spliff, or that I didn't give a shit, or if you're gonna talk about the size of my dog, stuff like that, you're not gonna convince me with that. And yeah, maybe in the conversation I could have said, hey, wait, sir, I don't think you're understanding. Emotionally, I couldn't have. I mean, this guy's telling me off immediately. I couldn't have said, oh, tall white man who is treating me like, you know, like I'm a low-life piece of shit. Please, I'm going to come pick up this vehicle that's in the grass, pick up this poop that's a meter away from your vehicle, and I, you know, you can even tell me off while I'm maybe I should have said, wait, hold on, buddy, really, I'm gonna pick this up. I just need to wait a second. You know, there's no need for us to be upset here. Just need to wait for him to finish and put him in the vehicle and go grab a bag really quickly, and I'm gonna be right back, and I'm sorry about that. Maybe I could have done that. Maybe I could have done that. I don't know. Emotionally, I couldn't have. Not yet. I'm not that much of a man. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me and hearing my side of the story, and we're gonna forgive him because, you know, we have faith that in a few generations an interaction like that just won't happen. The people will listen to each other. The people will give each other the benefit of the doubt. People say, whoa, I know my voices are going off telling me you're the worst person ever, but let me try to take a second. Let me let my voices respond to more information. All right, let's finish on this. If you see this ass of a human around, and especially this huge German Shepherd, keep away. The Rasta wannabe. It's so great because there's nothing. Is there anything legitimate in this? The Rasta wannabe, medallion around his neck and all, and a spliff to protect his ego, let his huge dog shit half a meter outside my van, even closer to me, as I was preparing. And I don't think the math works on this at all. He was standing right beside his van. If it was half a meter from his van, this shit was literally then, well, half a meter, or yeah, even closer to him, yeah. But it wasn't half a meter from his van. It was in the grass, which was very close, as you can see in this photo, but I'm not convinced on half a meter. But again, I didn't really grow up with the metric system. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Standing there with a smile instead of a plastic bag to pick it up. What was it? Like I see him shitting in a plastic bag. I'm like a magician. Instead of a smile, I just go, plastic bag. I don't know. I mean, I guess what I'm saying, this response is illegitimate, but it's hard to respond to this because after a lot of arguing, me that he has to control his dog just a bit, him that he had said sorry and that was that. But we saw the video, right? I'm not sure we're convinced that I said sorry and that was that. I consequently took a piece of it and gave it back. Strangely didn't fancy having his dog's shit on his doorstep. Hilarious face coming back to me asking what the fuck. My plan wasn't to ask what the fuck. My plan was just to throw it back in, throw it into his vehicle. Yeah, Mr. Rasta, dude. Fake Rasta. Nitwit, moron. We've made it. And we can handle it. I'm really proud of ourselves. I'm really proud of ourselves. I'm basically a celebrity. Alright. Piece of shit.